Welcome to This Explainer. I'm your host, and today we're putting on our military analyst hats to break down something absolutely fascinating. We are looking at the highly sophisticated, completely interconnected future of French military aviation. We're talking about a top-to-bottom modernization of how air operations are going to be conducted over the next 2 decades, and honestly, the technology here is nothing short of incredible.
But to really get why this matters, we have to start with a harsh reality of modern warfare. On today's highly contested battlefields, the isolated platform is dead. It's done. As a defense strategist, I can tell you that sending single, unconnected fighter jets into next-generation airspace is just a fast track to obsolescence. To survive, and more importantly, to win, the paradigm has completely shifted away from solo dogfighters. Now, what's really interesting about this doctrinal leap is how massive it is. We are moving entirely away from the old mindset of isolated hardware, right into a fully networked ecosystem. Think of it like a giant invisible web of data. We're talking about a combat environment where manned jets, stealthy drones, and advanced sensors are all collaborating in real time, instantly sharing intel across air, sea, and land. It's not just about who has the biggest gun anymore. It's about detecting and coordinating the entire battle space to ensure absolute success. So here is our strategic briefing map for today. We're going to cover 1. The future air warfare ecosystem. 2. Intelligence and surveillance systems. 3. Combat and loyal wingmen. 4. The maritime security network. 5. The sixth-generation warfare system. And 6. The impact on global security.
All right, Part 1, the future air warfare ecosystem. The rollout schedule we are tracking here is, well, it's relentlessly aggressive. By 2026, the H-160M Gepard and the Falcon Archon step in. Move to the late 2020s, and the Eurodrone and VSR-700 come online. Then, things really heat up in the 2030s with the heavily upgraded Rafale F5 and its stealth UKV, that's unmanned combat aerial vehicle integration. All of this culminates in 2040 with the FCAS, the Future Combat Air System. You're looking at a 15-year momentum of pure, data-driven technological evolution.
Moving into Part 2, Intelligence and Surveillance Systems. 11,000 kilometers. Just let that sink in. That is a massive operational range. And here's a really fun surprise. The Dassault Falcon Archangel, the platform replacing the aging C-160 fleet, is actually based on a Falcon 8X business jet. But obviously, instead of corporate executives, this thing is loaded to the brim with top-tier Thales electronic warfare and intelligence suites. Cruising at Mach 0.8, it flies high, flies far, and literally vacuums up radar and communication data deep inside contested environments. And when you need persistent overwatch, you've got the Eurodrone, boasting 24+ hours of endurance. This number is huge. Why? Because it provides Europe with a crucial, sovereign alternative to relying on foreign-made UAVs. Operating up at medium altitudes, it delivers round-the-clock intelligence, but it can also carry precision-guided munitions for targeted strikes. It's a total game-changer for operational independence. Okay, Section 3, Combat and Loyal Wingmen. Let's dive into this.
When you analyze this from a military expert's point of view, the manned-unmanned teaming dynamic here is incredibly lethal. You have the manned Rafale F5 screaming in at Mach 1.8 speeds, essentially acting as the theater command center. Right beside it is the stealth UKV. This drone uses its low observability to take on the incredibly dangerous job of suppressing enemy air defenses, while the human pilot in the Rafale hangs back slightly to safely command the battlespace.
Zooming in on the Rafale F5 for a second. This twin-engine jet is the absolute backbone of French air power well into the 2040s. It's got a massive combat radius, it integrates AI-assisted targeting, and it's equipped to carry the ASN-4G hypersonic nuclear missile along with the Stratus precision strike family. Honestly, it is no longer just a fighter jet. It's a highly survivable, flying command node built for high-intensity conflicts.
And here is its autonomous partner, the Stealth UKV. Operating as that loyal wingman, it's actually powered by a derivative of the Rafale's own M88 engine. Built with internal weapons bays and highly advanced autonomy, it's designed to penetrate deep into hostile territory. This represents a monumental shift in air combat doctrine. We are drastically extending the devastating reach of manned aircraft, while practically eliminating the risk to human pilots in heavily defended airspace.
Now, let's head out to sea for Section 4, the Maritime Security Network.
To protect naval task groups and hunt down submarines, France is bringing in the Airbus A321 MPA, or Maritime Patrol Aircraft. What's brilliant here is taking a standard commercial airliner base to achieve a massive 7,000-kilometer range and a cruising speed of Mach 0.78. But make no mistake, it is heavily armed with sonobuoys, torpedoes, and anti-ship missiles. It brings long-duration, highly lethal anti-sub capabilities to vast stretches of ocean.
Working alongside those big planes, we see a really fascinating contrast in rotary assets. On one hand, you have the compact, unmanned VSR-700 drone that deploys directly from frigates. It offers up to 10 hours of persistent overwatch with absolutely zero risk to a pilot. On the other hand, there's the manned Airbus H160M Gepard, providing flexible, high-speed tactical support, light attack, and transport for all military branches. It is the perfect strategic blend of unmanned endurance and manned adaptability.
Let's move to part 5 and see how this all culminates into the 6th-generation warfare system arriving in 2040.
Now, to truly grasp what the 2040s will look like, we absolutely have to define the combat cloud. And please, don't write this off as just military jargon. It's a unified battlefield system that seamlessly integrates your drones, satellites, manned jets, and ground sensors into a single, cohesive, networked ecosystem. The big takeaway here? Future wars won't be fought by individual weapons. They'll be fought by integrated networks sharing data in a split second.
And the absolute brain of this massive system of systems is the FCAS Next Generation Fighter. This 6th-generation aircraft is stepping up to replace the Rafale entirely, bringing highly advanced stealth and supercruise capabilities to the table. While its exact specs are naturally super classified, make no mistake, this platform is purpose-built for high-intensity peer conflict. It acts as the central coordinating node for all those manned and unmanned assets we've been talking about.
Which brings us to our final part. Section 6, the impact on global security.
So what does this all mean? The crucial point is summed up perfectly by this strategic goal, redefining how France projects power and maintains strategic autonomy. By developing these highly capable sovereign systems, everything from the Eurodrone up to the FCAS, Europe is deliberately cutting off its reliance on foreign technology. They are locking in an independent, formidable military capability in a rapidly changing world, and that profoundly shifts the dynamics of international security.
Which leaves us with this pretty massive question for the future. With Europe building its own sovereign combat clouds, how is this going to shift the entire global balance of power by 2040? When a fully networked, AI-driven European military force takes to the skies, the geopolitical landscape is never going to be the same. I want you to think about how information truly is now the ultimate weapon. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep asking questions, and I'll see you next time.